In a dramatic escalation of Middle East tensions, Israel has launched a massive military operation targeting Iran's nuclear and military infrastructure. The Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, initiated the strikes early on June 13th, 2025, in what they termed Operation Rising Lion. The operation aimed to prevent Iran from developing nuclear weapons and involved over 200 Israeli aircraft, dropping more than 330 munitions on around 100 targets, including the Natanz nuclear facility, missile factories, and military commanders. Good evening. In a dramatic escalation that has sent shockwaves across the Middle East and beyond, Israel has launched what it calls Operation Rising Lion, a massive military strike targeting Iran's nuclear and military infrastructure. The Israeli Defense Forces initiated these strikes early this morning, June 13th, deploying over 200 aircraft that dropped more than 330 munitions on approximately 100 targets across Iran, including the critical Natanz nuclear facility, missile factories, and military command centers. Iran responded swiftly, launching a retaliatory missile and drone attack on Israel later that evening. Explosions were reported in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, with air raid sirens sounding across the country. The Israeli military reported that fewer than 100 Iranian missiles were fired, most of which were intercepted or fell short. However, several buildings were struck, including an apartment block in Ramat Gan near Tel Aviv, resulting in at least 44 injuries. Among the most significant casualties from the Israeli strikes were high-ranking Iranian military leaders. Major General Hossein Salami, commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, and Major General Mohammad Bagheri, chief of staff of Iranian armed forces, were reportedly killed. Nuclear scientists Faridun Abbasi and Mohammad Mehdi Tehranchi were also among the dead. Iran has condemned the Israeli strikes as a declaration of war and vowed a harsh response. The supreme leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei, has placed the military on high alert and threatened further retaliation against Israeli and U.S. interests in the region. The international community has expressed deep concern over the escalating conflict. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio stated that the United States was not involved in the Israeli strikes, but warned Iran against targeting American interests. The United Nations Secretary General condemned the attacks on nuclear facilities, emphasizing the need for restraint and dialogue. Germany's Chancellor Friedrich Merz confirmed that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had informed him of the attacks, and Germany has called for de-escalation and adherence to international law. The conflict has had immediate economic repercussions. Gold prices surged as investors sought safe haven assets, and the U.S. dollar strengthened against a basket of major currencies. Crude oil prices also spiked over concerns about potential disruptions in Middle East oil supplies. The UN Secretary General condemned attacks on nuclear facilities, calling for restraint and dialogue. Markets have reacted immediately. Gold prices surged as investors sought safety. Oil prices spiked on supply concerns, and the dollar strengthened. Both nations remain on high alert as the world hopes for a return to diplomacy and stability in this volatile region. The situation remains fluid, with both Israel and Iran on high alert. The international community continues to call for restraint and renewed diplomatic efforts to prevent further escalation. As the conflict unfolds, the world watches closely, hoping for a return to dialogue and stability in the region. For more updates on this developing story, stay tuned to trusted news sources. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this and other global news stories.